What is good, everyone? What's going on? It is me, Austin. Um, yeah, not no miracle of the Marylands this go around. There is none of that, unfortunately. The Flyers fall short 6-3. What's up, Daniel Barry? Daniel Barry always takes to chime in, starts us off with a hey, and the Philadelphia Flyers could have been better. And I'm going to start out right off the bat. No holds bar for me. I'm not going to hold back. Sam Harrison looked like poop tonight. I'm going to go right off the bat, Austin. He looked like junk. Again, the Flyers gave constant shots, especially the sluggish start in the first. And then things kind of ramped up for the Philadelphia Flyers as they put up 25 shots, but just Owen Tippett, the only one who could really find the back of the net. Of course, my man Nick checking in goes, tough one. Could have used Paul Reed tonight. What the hell's Paul Reed got to do with the Flyers? But anyway, Austin, tell me, what did you see in this one?
I saw a New Jersey Devils team that is looking to fight their way into a better playoff position, come out and put out, honestly, one of the better efforts they've had so far this season, and just basically have their way with this Flyers team on both sides of the puck. Philadelphia had their opportunities, don't get me wrong. The second period was definitely probably their best period for this entire game, but they just couldn't handle, especially giving up the first goal within the first 60 seconds. That alone can be a backbreaker most of the time, and it proved to definitely be a big momentum swing to start this game off.
Yeah, and it definitely, like I said, it was like 2 minutes in. Again, the Flyers kind of, like I said, felt themselves, in a sluggish kind of a momentum kind of the thing going on. Nico Hischier, he just kind of has a breakaway goal, and again, the Flyers, like right from that, just goes right into the toilet.
Yeah, definitely. It's the way the Flyers came out to start off this game was not the way you wanted them to, and especially, like I said, giving up that goal early in the basically pretty close to puck drop to Nico Hischier, like you were talking about. You can't do that, and they just consistently applied that pressure. They dominated us in the face-off circle the entire night. I think the percentage split was 60-40 to New Jersey.
Yeah,
just overall, just really bad game from Philadelphia throughout.
Yeah, you're right. And look, like Tim just says here, can't give up a goal in 30 seconds in a game, unacceptable to Tortorella. I don't know if you want to blame Tortorella for that. If you want to blame Tortorella, he didn't pull Sam Harrison out fast enough. Again, this is Sam Harrison is your number one goalie. Again, I don't know if the lights got caught up with them. I don't know if they were too bright. Um, I don't know. I don't know, Tim. But this team again. What happened on Thursday? A slug, a sluggish. This team can only give you 2 periods this week of hockey. That was, the first period looked okay on Thursday. The second period was all Austin Matthews show. And by the way, credit to Austin Matthews for making history from becoming the first NHL player to have 3 hat tricks in 3 consecutive straight games. So I got to give it to Austin Matthews. Just playing on MVP caliber player right now. So Nick Chimney goes, what would Paul? Morale support, obviously. Sometimes you just need the presence of greatness around your team. He has certain. Oh, stop it with Paul Reed. B-ball Paul, my Kanish. B-ball Paul. Talking hockey, bruh. But anyway, like I said, yeah, Nico Hischier got things started. Again, Flyers fall in the hole. Again, constantly found themselves in the penalty box. Austin, and that you can't be doing that either. I mean, you can't obviously hang in the penalty box for long periods of time. And the Flyers did that, especially in the first. And they got to play smart. And I got to blame one of the assistants now in Travis Connecting for taking that bad whack, and which caught one of the Devils players' knees and got him right into the penalty box.
Yeah, that was honestly, that was really not a smart move by TK at all. I understand, the frustration was mounting a little bit at that point, and you needed some sort of a way to, I guess, get momentum back for your team. But the way TK did that, that's not how you do it.
No. So if you want to look real fast, power play opportunities, Devils won. They got 5. We got 3. Shorthanded goals. There was nobody. Total penalties. The Flyers have found themselves in the penalty box for 12 minutes. 6 penalties. Unacceptable. Again, this is not how you want to start the game. And I knew going to that first intermission that John Tortorella was going to start screaming at that team.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's just unacceptable play in the first period overall from Philadelphia. It came out very flat. They responded well in the second period. They made the game fairly close. But overall, you don't come out flat in the first period and expect to be able to win a game, honestly. I mean, does it happen? For sure. The NHL can be extremely unpredictable, but 9 times out of 10, if you come out as flat as Philadelphia did in the first period, you're not going to walk away with a win.
No, and you kind of have to set the tone. You have to set the tone. And Nick Chimney goes, Pat, you're a hater. B-ball Paul embodies Philadelphia. Flyers let you down tonight. Okay, Nico. Okay, Nick. You keep on, you're on that island of B-ball Paul. The guy gets, outboxed all the time in the paint. You keep on living on that island, pal. We have to stop dumping it. We have to stop dumping it and not fighting for the puck. Yeah, Philly halftime. We need to. We need to. We need to get our acts together.
I feel like the most aggressive play that you really saw was on the penalty kill in the second period. That was most of your aggression in terms of your forecheck, and some of the solid opportunities that you had offensively in that period were all down a man. And it sucks to say, because of the fact that you want to see that kind of play in your 5-on-5, and you're getting it when it's 5-on-4, and you're sort of having to fight your way to keeping it an even game in a way by being down a man with that extra aggression. It wore a bunch of dudes out. Like Walton, after the shifts that he had in the second period on the penalty kill, he looked gassed in the third period.
And you're right, Austin. They do. They looked a lot like I said. I'm looking at some of the stats here. The Flyers looked fatigued, and they looked like they were. Again, they're gassing themselves out. I mean, you brought up those Rocky uniforms for nothing. You guys got tired, and you guys were wearing yourselves out. Again, maybe if that's what you want to blame John Tortorella on, maybe mix up the lineups a little bit. But there's got to be an answer for this. I mean, you let down 6 goals. 6 goals, like you said, you could blame the goaltending, and I'll be right there with that. But at some point, John Tortorella should have really went in for the goalie change and try and keep this game fresh and try and send a message to your offense and defense, like get yourselves together because I know you have a nice little cushion on the Devils, but still, you want to gain more ground in the playoff realm. You want to, again, I know about Mitch Koff and all that stuff coming for next year, but again, these are the kind of wins that you need. You need to start stacking on wins, especially on the East Coast, because in the East Conference, the Flyers are not really playing that well. They take care of all the Western teams, but when it comes to Eastern games, not so good. But let's get to the second goal of the game. Tyler Toffel. Again, huh?
Toffoli.
Toffoli. I mean, he really had himself a nice little game. Again, he had a nice he kept him find himself open. The one he got off the face off right there. He comes around. They kind of finds the Flyers defense and all the shuffle like me, and then they took care of business.
Yeah,
they really did.
It was honestly just perfect positioning for Toffoli on that goal. Just sat himself down, found himself a perfect spot. Puck wound up coming right to him when they needed it to, and he helped extend that lead for New Jersey big time.
Yeah, he did. He really took care of Toffoli. Really did a solid job. And then, the second period comes around. Owen Tippett, again, the only bright spot you had with Philadelphia, again, found wide open in the center of the defense. The Devils' defensive zone makes them pay right there. And then right from there, again, let's go back the other way because here comes the Devils on their attack, and they kept on attacking this Flyers team. And again, Sam Harrison just not having one of his best games.
Yeah, definitely not a performance that we wanted to see from Harrison tonight at all. Especially going up against a divisional opponent, and at this point in the season when the points are going to be not only harder to come by but more necessary to have that kind of a game, not only for Harrison but for your defense.
You're right.
To just essentially have a full breakdown in the first period to start the game left you really having to chase. And Philadelphia has proven they can put a lot of fight into a game, but if you can bury Philadelphia very quickly, they struggle to come back from down 2 or more. And this game was a prime example of that.
Yeah, because like I said, in this game, they've just been giving you only 2 periods of hockey, and it's just not good. It's just not good hockey. You have to play the full 60. And like I said, your first period puts you in a hole. Again, Sam Harrison, that second period gives up 2 crucial back-to-back goals to one of Sebastian and what's his name, and that's what really hurt the Flyers moving forward into this game. Again, you can't have that. So let's see what Nick has to say now. He goes, "It's crazy to say that the Flyers are the best team in Philadelphia."
They're not. The best team one of the best teams in Philadelphia starts up next week, and it's the Philadelphia Union.
Woo! Donovan, was the Flyers game tonight? Halftime.
The Flyers have been a very welcomed surprise this year, but I feel like the dream, like that hype train of Philadelphia being a decent team this year, surprisingly, is going to start to fall off the tracks now.
Well, that's not good.
This team is not built for a late season push and a potential playoff run. I said if they make it to the playoffs, I would be extremely stoked on that because I expected them to be one of the bottom 3 teams this year.
Right.
And
so
to come out fighting the way they have this whole season so far, it's been extremely impressive. I wouldn't consider them one of the best teams in Philadelphia, but I can understand the people that drank that Kool-Aid for sure. Because because there was a point in time where I was, I'm sitting there with my cup and I'm like, yeah, the Flyers are pretty decent. And then,
Yes.
that losing streak going into the All-Star break, I was like, this is the team that I expected them to be. And
All right.
as you get into these like dog days of the season, this tail end, you're going to start to see what this team really is. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to, I feel like it's not going to get any better as the rest of the season winds down.
No, and it hasn't been. So when I look at, like, again, I'm looking at the one goal from Brandon Smith here. They're like you said, the Flyers defense obviously had a bunch of fatigue and some cement in their skates. They're very, very tired at this point. And again, the Devils just finding the right spots on the ice and picking apart this defense and catching them napping on the ice. And right there, Sam Harrison, this was a rebound. They come up big, come right there at 5-hole between Sam Harrison's legs. Brandon Smith with a nice, really good goal right there. And within a minute, they force a turnover, and Nate Sebastian comes up and really does some damage there, and with a nice little wrister slap shot, just unreal. So again, I blame tonight's loss on Sam Harrison. I know everyone knows I'm a big Sam Harrison guy, but tonight he didn't show up. The bright lights got too big for him, and it was not good.
Yeah, it really wasn't. I mean, I believe, Bastian won 100% of his faceoffs tonight, and I know normally he's not a faceoff guy, but for the 11 minutes that he was on the ice to win every single faceoff opportunity that he got. And if you look at the stats up and down, the only places that Philadelphia didn't win were faceoffs and score. Every other statistical category in this game, we were better. We were 33% on the power play. We were 1 for 3. New Jersey was 0 for 5. And the only place that they beat us was the scoreboard in the faceoff circle. Because if you win faceoffs, you're going to have more possession. If you have more possession, you're going to have more opportunities to score. So it becomes a trickle-down effect. If you're not winning faceoffs, you're going to have to end up defending a lot more. It wears the defenders out, and the defense is already not the best. And it's going to put a lot of wear on a rookie goaltender who is still trying to truly find his rhythm and his confidence throughout a very arduous season. And this is the result that you're going to get sometimes. And I feel like it's at that point where like that reality check has come in and it's time to cash it.
Right.
I don't think this team's going to survive getting to the end of the season, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like I said, again, this is a one bad game. Again, Nathan Bastian, and again, had a multiple game night tonight. Nico Hischier had a nice little game tonight. Again, the only person to me that showed up for the Flyers is Owen Tippett. Again, Nick Seeler kind of caught them off guard with a nice little top shelf goal. But again, was not enough. That was kind of like third period. They just kind of got lucky. And the Jersey Devils, like you said at the top of the show, Austin, they are playing for a playoff spot. They're in the hunt. They want to make it. And again, where are the Philadelphia Flyers right now? Like you said, you're at the middle of you're just on the other half of your season. You still have plenty of time to come up with an idea of what you want to do. Obviously now, it's speaking volumes that you need to get yourself a goaltender. For the past few games, what they've lost. Now they have lost 2 straight, but the other one was in overtime. But still, no, I mean, listen, you had 4, you won 4, now you're lost 2. You have to try to turn this thing around in order to save your season, because in the NHL, you're in that 60, and before you know, you're on the outside looking in. And I need to know, where are we? Where are we? And what's the identity? So Philly halftime checking, he goes, we need to get another bully, like a forcer, so we can take away pucks away.
We have 2 of them. Their names are Nick Delorier and Garnet Hathaway.
Yes. Yeah. That's
usually more than what you get from most NHL teams.
I think you need a goaltender. You need to start
You,
looking at
you
Danny
need
Brière's next move.
you need a goaltender with a bit more experience. You
Yes.
need a defenseman who's going to anchor the six, who's going to be like the true leader of that defense, and then
Yes.
you need a goal scorer. I mean, TK is good, but you need a secondary goal scorer because that's what Atkinson was brought in for, and he ain't it. Owen Tippett can be it sometimes, but I feel like in the vacuum that is the rest of this season, if you're looking to make a push to the playoffs, goaltender, defensive anchor, goal scorer. Those are
Yeah.
the key pieces that you're going to need to be able to go forward to even look towards sniffing the playoffs.
Right. And here goes Angry Anthony checking it. It was a good game. And he goes, I think we need more playmakers. Yeah. And you're right. That's what Austin was just saying, Angry Ant. We need more playmakers. We need somebody who can find the back of net other than Konechny. Konechny is borderline. They were talking about in the beginning of the show whether he's a lead or not. He's borderline. He's to me, he's a B+ player. And I need an A+ guy. So again, what are they going to do? Are they going to go all in at the trade deadline? That's yet to be seen. But for tonight's game, this was ugly. This was ugly on both sides. I mean, again, where only Owen Tippett's find himself open. And that's another playmaker that you do have. But I mean, again, he's the only one getting himself open and getting himself in space where he's getting himself creating shots and find the back of net. That's fine. But you definitely need some work here. We need a lot of work here in order. And I think, like I said, once your goalie gives up a handful of goals, puts you in a hole, you are stressed out. You are mentally stressed out of trying to win this game. And that's what it looks like the Flyers. The Flyers look like they are mentally stressed out. But look, talk about stress out. Let's go to one of our ads here before we continue on. As our main man, we know him down there. As his name is David R. Cherry. David R. Cherry, take it away.
All right, guys, let's talk about Cherry Law Firm. If you get hurt at work in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you got to call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your rights. Again, that number is 610-565-0300. That's 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your right.
All right, now David R. Cherry. Now, Austin, let's go around the NHL, and I'm telling you, we've had a bundle of slate action of hockey. If you guys are want to know some, there was I think like 13 games that took place today. So if you are a hockey head like me and Austin, you were set in. So let's go with some of the finals. The Capitals go into Montreal to take a 4-3 win. That was really, really good. Then you go into, again, we kind of mentioned earlier, Austin Matthews had himself a hat trick. Again, beat up the Ducks at home 9-2. They just waffled them. That was I'm going to just take it to the woodshed kind of game. We mentioned the Flyers losing to the Devils 6-3. Your final in overtime, the Sabres win against the Minnesota Wild. The Predators win 5-2 over the Blues. And now the Panthers show them they are the team to beat in Florida as they take a 9-2 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning. So that helps. The Red Wings went into Calgary. Not only to eat some great food, but they beat the brakes off the Flames, winning 5-0. Blackhawks win 3-2. The Oilers head down to Dallas, winning in overtime, winning 4-3. The Bruins, I'm telling you, starting to fall off a little bit as they lose in overtime, losing 5-4 to the Kings. And of course, we have some action going on as we speak. The Blue Jackets are winning 2-1 over there in San Jose. You got the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights tied 1 apiece. And of course, it's tied 2 apiece at the end of the second between the Jets and the Canucks. So that's all your NHL action as of right now. So guys, listen, I love hockey. I love this stuff.
I did
So
want
here
to.
goes.
I did
Good.
want to really quick touch on the that Senators Blackhawks game. Imagine how sick Ottawa has to be right now, knowing that they outshot Chicago 42-22 and lost in overtime.
Yeah,
Imagine,
it's embarrassing.
imagine
Yeah,
how. I mean, granted, we outshot New Jersey 48-40 or something like that. What was the
Yeah.
final shot total? Yeah, 48-40, and we lost by 3. Imagine outshooting the opponent by 20 and still dropping the ball. Like,
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's like a boxer who throws 28 punches and can't land one. Uh, so Angry Anthony checking in goes, "What's crazy was the Flyers should shut up more goals if they had shot. I guess shot them more. Yeah. Well, listen, Angry, they did shot more. But the thing is, they just couldn't connect. Again, you only had two people find the back of net. That was Owen Tippett and Nick Sealer. One of these days, you guys got to have Philly halftime on here. He's a real one. Uh, Angry Anthony checking in. He goes, Pat loves hockey and he loves pasta. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
yeah.
Pasta's tomorrow. Thanks for pointing that out, Angry Anthony.
Got to keep the main thing, folks.
The main thing is the main thing. Let's see what's going on here. So again, a lot of stuff here. The Flyers did not win this one. Guys, if you're out there listening to the show, guys, what's your takeaway? Me and also want to hear. We want to hear how you feel. Flyers lose 6-3 up there. I mean, if you're on that Philly sports trip and you went up there, do you feel like this was a waste of time? Are you disappointed how the Flyers played tonight? Like I said, I was disappointed when I saw
that trip is a waste of time because that's a really fun thing.
No,
I got to do the one at the one at Citizens Bank Park. I got to do the Phantoms game the day before, and it was one of the coolest things I ever got a chance to do in my life. And any chance you get to go to that kind of a thing, like one of those like special type of like games, take that chance every single time. It's going to be such an incredible experience. Like I know there's the Phillies London trip, which through Philly Sports Trips, the actual game packages are sold out, but there's still tailgate packages. So you can just get there for the tailgate and then just like, hang out in old London. Do it. It's there. You get all these really cool opportunities, and if you get the chance to take it, take it.
Angry Anthony says it looks like there was no crowd there. Hey, Angry Anthony, do you have a glasses subscription plan yet? Because it was 70,000, pal. You might want to hop on that.
Because of the fact that where they position the rink, you don't have the fans up close. So the shots that they give you, it looks like backdoor in like the COVID bubble where they're playing with nobody in the stadiums. So it gives that kind of a feel. Like I can totally understand what Ant's going for there, but dude, that can I take a minute to talk about the whole pregame thing that they had?
What's that?
It was the pregame video package.
Yes.
They're like, here we go, Tommy DeVito, a guy who plays for the New York Giants. I mean, plays in the same stadium. Yeah, sure. But then it's shoulder to shoulder with Mark Messier. This is a game for New Jersey Devils, dog.
Yes, that makes sense.
The Devils or the Flyers. What is he doing here? Getting out of here.
Yes. I understand PK Subban's love for the Devils. Honestly, he spent he's only been there for a pack of ketchup. But again, granted, he's been there for
treating him better than the Canadiens did at the end of his career. So I feel like that's kind of why PK was a part of it.
But yeah, I understand the messy thing there. I mean, that's why I had a triple, quadruple. I'm pretty sure my whole NHL career, me watching the NHL, I've yet to see this guy ever suit up for either of the two franchises they're talking about. And they're like, hey, but I won the Stanley Cup for the Rangers. Yeah, what the hell's that going to do with anything?
Yeah, cool. Then we'll put you in the video package for the Rangers Islanders game that's there tomorrow.
Yes. Unless you just had nothing to do and the wife told you to go out. And you're like, here, I'll just go Here, I'll go make a quick buck.
I'll hit up my buddy over at ESPN really quick.
Yeah, I'm the great. Thanks. Obviously, they couldn't get like Lindros or somebody, to come through. So yeah, Messi, you'll do it.
Couldn't
Unreal.
get anybody from that last Stanley Cup winning Devils team, dude.
Oh my god!
I guarantee you, there has to be someone there that had Scott Stevens on speed dial.
Oh my, yeah, right. You're right. You want to talk about sparking up the rivalry. Someone like that and Lindros doing like a play-by-play together would have done that. PK Subban is a weirdo, and the Ranger fans were at the game, and the Ranger fans and Islander fans play tomorrow. Yeah, that's for tomorrow. I mean, what the hell are you doing there today? I mean, I guess I saw somebody walk. They showed the one angle, somebody get on an escalator with a Golden Knights jersey. So I guess that does something. I'm not exactly sure.
Sort of like how they're those people that go to the Super Bowl every year, even though it's not their team playing. Like there are people that go to like the outdoor NHL games, even though it's not their teams, because it's just something cool to do.
Yeah. I've witnessed. They did something down at the Wells Fargo Center, just showing like the Stanley Cup, and I've seen fans from all over. I thought that was pretty cool. But look, guys, let's get into a couple of these great ads before we get rolling here.
All right, guys, if you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. Go to phillysportstrips.com. They have self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights from the Philadelphia airport. Packages include direct flights, 4-night stays, all-inclusive tailgate parties, lower-level group tickets. Whatever you want, you got it with phillysportstrips.com. If you want to travel to an upcoming Phillies game, make sure you check out Philly Sports Trips. And do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2023 season. Jump on it now, because you do not want to lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com. All right, guys, let's talk about Cherry Law Firm. If you get hurt at work, all right, guys, it's time to talk about Sherry's Tickets. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less and play more with Sherry'sTickets.com. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10. That's EOP10. Do not pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard-to-come-by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. That's 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, do not overpay and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. Save 10% using the promo code EOP10. That's EOP10. You'll thank us later. Sherry'sTickets.com.
And there you guys have it. The Philadelphia Flyers lose to the Jersey Devils 6-3 up there at MetLife Stadium to round out the Stadium Series. We'll actually got one more tomorrow with the New York Rangers, and the New York Islanders. Again, the Flyers, only 3 goals, only 3 freaking goals, and only by 2 players. Again, Owen Tippett and Nick Seeler. Again, just couldn't really pick their shots tonight. The Jersey Devils, I thought, played better defensive game than the Flyers did. I just thought the Flyers spent way too much time in the penalty box. I thought, especially in the beginning portion of the game, they brought a lot of heat in the second period. But again, Sam Harrison choked when the lights were bright. That's what I took out of this game. That's how the best assumption I can bring to you, Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with all of that. It was overall just a very poor performance by Philadelphia. New Jersey came out hot from the opening puck drop and never really relented, aside from, allowing what I think it was 25 shots from Philadelphia in the second period, and was able to withstand the storm. And just overall, going into that kind of a game, that kind of an atmosphere at this point of the season, that kind of a loss is not one that you want to have to take.
No, and I don't want to be that guy, but since they made a certain somebody, they start putting C's and A's on jerseys, they have them in themselves. I'm just saying, I'm kind of just pointing something out. They start putting C's and A's on jerseys, And this team kind of got a little bull rush ahead of himself a little bit. I'm just saying, I only seen 2 periods of hockey so far. So, but look, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Austin, player of the game for you for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Nick Sealer, I guess.
Oh, you gave me the layup.
Well, it was either Sealer or Tippett. So I mean,
I know. I'm going to go connect me. And the fact that he found Owen Tippett on a couple plays. So, I mean, obviously Owen Tippett would be your gold star, but yeah, I would go with Travis Konechny because the fact that he spotted Owen Tippett on his goals to get him open. So, I'll give it that one. Grade of the game, Austin, for your Philadelphia Flyers.
grade for the game, maybe a D. I feel like that's
D.
generous.
Wow. So if you're a teacher, you're going to give this team a D.
Yeah, I mean, this was an overall very poor performance. I mean, one of your leading guys with shots on your 2 leading guys for shots on goal were Delorier and Hathaway, dude. Like that's not going to help you.
No, not at all. Dorian Hathaway. Okay.
Sorry,
I'm gonna.
my apologies.
No. Yeah.
Shot leader was Tippett with 10.
Yeah, I think if I'm a teacher, I'm gonna be with you as well. I think they deserve a D. Again, you put this team in a hole. Your defense was guys constantly in and out during the penalty box, especially when you had opportunities to make some goals happen. And of course, you found yourself scared. Even they said on the national broadcasting, the Philadelphia Flyers are ranked number 31 in the league, and their power plays don't scare anybody. So, but anyways, yeah, tons of times in the penalty box, your goalie looked like he got caught up in the bright lights. Offensively, you did okay. You only lost by 3, but yeah, I would go D as well. The Flyers have to get it right come Wednesday. Now you have like 3 days off. Clear your mind, yeah, and get ready for heading out to Chicago and beat up on the Blackhawks. But anyway, Austin, final thought, and where can the people find you? And what do you have coming tomorrow in the upcoming schedule?
Well, like you said, Philadelphia's got to figure it out by Wednesday. They have 3 days to get it sorted out. 3 days to let Tortorella really chew into their asses on this one, because this was, I top to bottom for me, this was a complete loss for Philadelphia. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Austin_EOP. You can find me on Philly Sports Thursday nights talking Philadelphia Union soccer with old knucklehead over here. Thursday nights 9 p.m. And then aside from that, twitch.tv/Hambo26. I'm actually going to be playing through the Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 remakes throughout the course of the day. I just made Twitch affiliate, so if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free month subscription to a Twitch channel. You can use it for your boy.
There you go, guys. Hit Austin up. Follow him on Twitch playing video games. I watch a couple of stuff, pretty good. Of course, you catch him with me on Thursdays. My final thought of this Flyers game, again, get it right. Go back to the square one and go back to the whiteboards. Figure out what's going on. Playoff times, we are roughly about 10 weeks away, I want to say, from playoff time. So this is the time to get it right. Sam Harrison, clear your head. This is going to have to speak volumes to the GM of what you want to do as far as trade deadline and what you're willing to give up. Are you willing to go all in? I heard clearly through the GM, this team will tell us what they want to do at the trade deadline. Well, you're a playoff team, so now you got to start thinking like a contender. So anyway, but for me, I have 3 pods tomorrow, PM and the AM at 9 a.m., a Sixers roundtable at 1 p.m., and then, of course, all the time, talking Philadelphia Wings and their lucky win they had yesterday at 9 p.m. with those guys. And then, of course, guys, it is opening season. It's opening week for your Philadelphia Union as the Union go to take on Chicago. So this is a Philly versus Chicago week. So, guys, catch me and Austin this Thursday night at 9 o'clock. You're not going to miss it. And by the way, if you any of you gamers out there, the Devereaux Sports guys, gamers, me, Austin, Art, Mike, going to be gaming all day tomorrow. We're going to be gaming all day tomorrow. Again, since there's no Philly sports, catch us live. Especially give Hembo 215 a follow. All right, guys.
2-6.
2-6, idiot. See you guys. Have a good one.